If you've been gardening for any length of time, you've probably heard whispers about biochar. Some gardeners call it black gold, others dismiss it as a fad, and many aren't sure exactly how it works. I was skeptical myself until I started using it. What I found was that this ancient soil amendment, made from burnt wood, did more than just sit in the dirt. It completely shifted how my soil behaved, retaining moisture longer, holding nutrients in place, and giving beneficial microbes a permanent home. The timing to add biochar is especially good in September, when garden beds are winding down and the soil is ready for renewal. Today, I want to show you why biochar works, how to prepare it properly, and how to use it so your garden reaps the benefits for years to come. The first thing to understand is that biochar is different from the lump charcoal you buy for grilling. It's made by burning wood or other plant material in a low-oxygen environment, leaving behind a porous structure filled with tiny pockets. These pockets act like permanent sponges in the soil. Instead of washing away like compost or fertilizer, biochar stays stable for decades, giving your soil a long-lasting foundation for fertility. In my own garden, I noticed that once biochar was added, beds stayed loose and airy instead of compacting after a heavy season of growth. A mistake I see often is gardeners adding raw biochar straight into their beds. On its own, biochar is like an empty sponge. It will soak up nutrients and temporarily tie them away from your plants. The secret is to charge it first, which means filling those pores with fertility before it goes into the soil. The easiest way is to soak it in compost tea, manure tea, or even mix it into a compost pile for a few weeks. By the time you spread it, the biochar is already loaded with nutrients and beneficial microbes, ready to release them slowly over time instead of stealing them from your crops. September is the perfect month to add biochar because it has time to settle before the next planting cycle. After you've cleared summer crops, spread your charged biochar over the beds and mix it lightly into the top 6 inches of soil. Over autumn and winter, moisture and microbial activity will continue working it in. By spring, the soil will be primed with a healthier structure and a stronger microbial community. I found that crops planted the following season come up faster and handle stress, like heat or drought, far better when biochar is already part of the bed. The most powerful thing about biochar is that it's not just a one-season fix. While compost feeds plants for a year or two, biochar becomes part of the soil itself. It holds onto water during dry spells, reduces nutrient leaching during heavy rains, and creates permanent habitat for beneficial fungi and bacteria. In essence, it gives your soil resilience. That resilience shows up in the garden as healthier plants, fewer nutrient deficiencies, and a harvest that keeps improving over time. So if you've been curious about biochar or unsure whether it's worth the effort, September is the month to try it. Charge it well, work it into your soil, and give it a season to settle. You'll be amazed at how much difference a little burnt wood can make in the health and productivity of your garden. For more practical, time-tested ways to feed your soil and strengthen your harvests, subscribe to Gentle Herb Living and share this with a fellow gardener who's ready to give biochar a try.